Hello everyone, it's your favorite Senso Tech Jedi Lisa here, and in this video we are going to do a walkthrough of the V2 main console portal. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So to gain access to your new V2 portal, you will need to navigate to app.senso.cloud, and this will take you to this login screen. If you have received an email that has your verification email in it and that allows you to change your password, you can go ahead and click on those options and it will take you to a page where you can change your password. If that email sent to you is more than 24 hours old, then the verification link will have expired and you will need to request a new one. Or you can simply click here where it says forgot password and go ahead and type in your email and it will send you a password change right to your email for you to change it. You can also utilize any of these options down here at the bottom. Most notably, you will probably be logging in with Microsoft or Google here for the single sign-on. Once you've made your choices for signing on, go ahead and log in, and that's going to take you into what we call the console area. This is the main console area of your Senso portal. Right here is the groups area. This area here in the middle is going to be where you view the devices, and then you have your toolbars across the top. So let's go ahead and start in the groups area. Now for you, you may have a different setup than what I have. You do not need to click on the switch integration user. That is me showing you an integration. That is another tool that we'll talk about in an admin video. For most users, they will have integrations. These are going to be Google Classroom, Clever, ClassLink, Teams. You will see the integrations right listed at the top, and they may be collapsed together. You may have to expand them so that you can go ahead and see those classes listed there. You will have students that will be listed in those classes, and as you click through, you'll notice that it will change here in list view based off of the users that are filtered into these classes, and also based off of users that are logged in. You will not see offline or non-logged in devices. They will need to be logged in to show up here in the integration classes. For other users, you may have access to a site or to custom-made groups that give you further access to the devices. That would be listed below your integration. You may also not see this area at all as you're primarily just using your integration to see these students. If you do have access to more classes outside of your integration, again, you can click through these and you can see exactly what type of access you have and the users that will be listed in those groups. Once you have made your selection here of the list of users you would like to view, you'll see it'll be presented here in list view. Right here, list view. This list view is going to show you the device name, the username, the site it's assigned to, and the client version on it. You can use the search feature right here to go ahead and search for specific devices. So if I typed in DC, you'll see that I'm specifically going to look at DC, or if I want to get really specific, I would type in DC-01 and I would see just that specific device. You can check mark all online, logged in, logged out, or offline devices. These checkboxes become very handy both here and in thumbnail view when you want to run a tool against one or multiple devices. This is how you would select which devices you would like to run a tool against. You can filter your members, again, online, logged in, logged out, or offline. And this refresh group members is very handy so that when you are having students come into your classroom and they're just getting logged in for the day and you need to make sure everyone has joined into your class, you can go ahead and refresh the group members right here in the portal. The next tab over is thumbnail view. Thumbnail view is going to be a great way for you to see the active live thumbnails of your devices. You'll see in my setup I have a combination of Windows and Chromebook devices to showcase to you what that would look like here in thumbnail view. Now remember before we talked about the check boxes in list view. Here are the check boxes right here at the top again. You can either select all or individually select one device or multiple devices depending on which ones you want to run tools on. So again, these check boxes are very important to select the devices you would like to run tools on. You have another suite of tools. You can filter your thumbnails. This tool right here allows you to change the thumbnail title. Now the thumbnail title is what's listed right here above the thumbnails themselves. So we have options for like username. You could even change it all the way down to display name. Display name is most likely going to be the most common one that you use here, as it does show the first and last name of the users logged into the device. Makes it very handy when you're trying to look at devices in a view like this and you have multiple devices and you'd like to see which users or students are logged into them. You also can switch the display. Maybe your users have a multiple monitor display set up and you need to view which one they're actively working on. That switch display will also be available for you in tabbed view. You can change the quality. This is just going to be the remote quality or the resolution that you're seeing the thumbnails in. I suggest changing it and leaving it on high quality. On your Windows devices, you can select a device and take mouse control of it right here in thumbnail view. So maybe you don't want to click on it and take it into tab view. You want to click next or close something down right here in thumbnail view. You would simply select the device you would want to run this tool on, click on it to take mouse control only, close or open whatever it is that you need to right here in thumbnail view, and then when you're done, you would just click stop mouse control and it would stop that control. The thumbnails, you can grow or shrink them using the magnifying glass. You do have that search feature just like you did in list view to be able to search for student or devices right here. Policies most likely is not going to affect you, as that's going to be something that's set up by your organizational admin, as well as access. These are going to be gone over in a separate video. For your toolbar, your list of tools may look significantly different than mine. Again, your organizational admins will be setting up the tool sets that have been made available for the role you've been given. So you may just have a very select few classroom management tools and maybe have a few networking tools in there. But the tools that you have, you'll notice as I hover over top of them, I have this little crosshair that shows up in the top left-hand corner. This is going to allow me to click to choose that device, that module, and move that module or tool into the order that makes sense for me. Maybe I use live chat a lot more than my other tools and I want to move it right to the front. You can also search for a tool right here. Maybe it's one you just can't find, but you know what it's called. Go ahead and use that. And you may also have so many tools that you have this option over here where you can scroll all the way to the right and you will be able to see the more tools that you have been given access to view. If you don't have this here, then all the tools presented to you will be listed right across this toolbar. Again, anything up here at the top is going to be administrative or something set up by your organizational admin, and everything listed here from service desk, logging, admin center, those are going to be based off of the permissions that you have, and we're going to go over those in a separate video. Everyone will have the announcements area. This is announcements from Senso to our customers, updates, upgrades, webinars, things like that. So that will remain within your portal and you'll be able to see announcements from us. Then to the far right, you will have your name listed under User Preferences, and under that, User Preferences. If you've been given access, again, by your organizational admin, you may be able to click on your name and see your things like your layout preferences, your module preferences, and different options for like, do I want to see the device name? Do I just want to see the display name? What is my thumbnail count? Do I want to go straight into remote control status or stay shared? These are all the options that you have within user preferences right up here by your name. Okay, so that is an overview of the main Senso console. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.